Hey guys, uh, wanted to talk briefly about some thoughts that I have on free speech and the First Amendment. It's been on my mind ever since the Trading Paints announcement um, last week that basically uh, forced me to retire my Cory Bush for Congress paint scheme that I've been running for the last 3 or so years on iRacing. Um, and I wanted to, so I wanted to just facilitate a little bit of a discussion about free speech principles, the First Amendment, and how it relates to all of that. First off, um, just a quick reading here of the First Amendment of the United States of America. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. So, whenever I think about the First Amendment and principles of free speech, I want to first off with the First Amendment. It's very specific. Congress shall make no law. The scope of this and the impact of this is limited specifically to Congress and the United States federal government. Now, many state constitutions also have, as I understand it, some similar uh, laws and things like that, but this applies to the United States federal government and states governments. It does not apply to internet forums, public forums, services that run through the internet, things like that. Actually, um, the way that I read it, it protects their service, and there are other provisions in the Congress or in the Constitution, as well as legal provisions, particularly established in laws that Donald Trump and his supporters have been trying to repeal right now, that protect the right of people who create forums on the internet, which at the end of the day, pretty much anything that allows other people to post and contribute to content is a public internet forum. You know, they all, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Trading Paints, Reddit, everything, all of those fit under the broad category of an internet public forum. Um, so the way that I view things, it actually views I actually see it as also, within the bounds of the United States of America at least, protecting their right to uh, create terms of service for use of their platform as they see fit, um, and prevent Congress from being able to step in and say, hey, you guys need to do it our way, not your way. Um, is uh, saying, you know, F the president protected under the First Amendment? Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, speech like that is the reason, the primary reason that the First Amendment was created. It was primarily created fundamentally to protect the right of the people to speak freely and share freely their opinion of the federal government. Um, that contract hasn't been broken. There have been no um, federal crackdowns on anyone saying "Let's go, Brandon" as a euphemism for "F Joe Biden" um, at all. None. The federal government hasn't stepped in at all. So it's never been a First Amendment issue. It's always been an issue of, in his case, Trading Paints wanting their platform to not be overwhelmed, overrun, and taken over by the argument that the rest of the country is engaging in with regards to free speech. They want their platform to be a largely apolitical one where everyone feels comfortable and welcome um, to share their paint schemes, their art, their creations as they want, without it creating a hostile environment on the forums. I'm not sure that as I said in my previous video, I'm not sure that I necessarily completely agree with the way that they implemented it. I think that there could have been a finer approach to that, but I'm ultimately, you know, fine with where they landed on it. And at the end of the day, they've created a service that's useful for all of us on iRacing, and they have the right to, um, they do have some right to say what is and isn't fair and valid use of their platform as they define it. Um, you know, so that's essentially where it is. I do believe that, in the principles of free speech, I think it's extremely important for us to facilitate positive, or to facilitate discussions, not just positive discussions, right? Hopefully positive discussions, but I think it's extremely important for us to have the discussion about important issues, the issues of the day, with one another as citizens. Uh, that's how democracy is supposed to work. It's essential for the public to be able to converse freely with one another about the issues of the day as we ultimately form our opinions and come to a decision about how we're going to cast our vote at the voting booth when we have a chance to weigh in and decides who is going to represent us in at all levels of government. So the discussion of those issues is important, and if you're frustrated with the federal government, you absolutely have the right to express that frustration as strongly as you want. However, if the way that you choose to express it is using profanity on public forums that ban profanity, or spreading lies and misinformation on platforms that do not allow the spread of lies and misinformation on their platform, expect your speech to be removed and you to be shown the door on those platforms. If you want to use someone else's forum to broadcast your speech, you have to understand that you have to play by their rules because you're on their forum. If you don't like their rules, you should probably create your own forum and do things under the rules that you want things to be done under. That's all for today. Um, Again, these Sunday videos are going to continue to be general thoughts, different topics, and things like that that I feel are important to discuss, that open and facilitate the discussion. I welcome feedback, comments, and things like that on these. If you like these videos and want more of them, please click that like button so that I know that you like this content. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. It's still mostly racing, but it is shifting into more talking content as well and things like that. So yeah, if you like that stuff, you want to see more of it, please do click that subscribe button. And again, comment with your thoughts on this. I know that a lot of you that will watch this probably are going to disagree with some of the things that I say, and this is an important discussion, and there are fine points and nuances and things like that. I'm not going to necessarily say that I'm 100% right on everything, although, some of it's opinion, some of it's fact. Again, I think I'm definitely right on the fact because there was very little factual statements. Most of this video has been opinion, but I understand that not everyone's going to disagree with my opinion, my assessment on this. I do try to be careful and specific in my speech and language when discussing issues like this. I do ask that, folks do the same. I do ask for a certain level of respect in my comments and in my chat and things like that. And so if you don't follow those rules, you will not be allowed to post in the future in my comment section or in my chat on my Twitch channel. That is all for the day. I will remember to look into the camera more in future videos. I'm still working on doing that. And if you want to come check out my live content, please go over to twitch.tv/JohnTheodoreLive. Click the heart to give me a follow. And remember, twitch.tv/JohnTheodoreLive is where you go if you want to see me, John Theodore, live. That's all, folks. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.